If you love classic cars, then Donald loves you.
Hi, I'm Donald Osborne, CEO of Audrain LLC. Thanks for joining me here inside the Audrain Automobile Museum of Newport, Rhode Island. We're here inside our exhibition, The Past to the Present, Power and Speed with Style. And we're taking a look at a really neat pair of cars in this exhibition, which talks about the DNA of great automakers and how it translates over the decades. I am standing next to one of the most remarkable and immediately recognizable cars on the planet, a 1968 Lamborghini Miura. It is astonishing to think that the Lamborghini company was only 5 years old when they introduced the Miura. Ferruccio Lamborghini was quite famously said to have had an argument with Enzo Ferrari about the way Ferraris were built and how they drove and their durability. And equally famously, and probably apocryphally, Enzo Ferrari was said to have replied to Ferruccio Lamborghini, "I don't think the problem is with my car, it's with the driver. Perhaps you should go back to your tractors." Well, whatever the story, Ferruccio Lamborghini had a vision, and he also assembled a brilliant team of young engineers, none over 30, to design his dream car. The result was the Lamborghini 350 GT-V. From that prototype, designed by the brilliant Franco Scaglione, came the 350 GT, from that the 400 GT, and then the Miura. The 350 and 400 GTs were traditional Italian V12 front-engine GT cars. However, with the Miura, his engineers, Pizzarini, Dallara, Stanzani, and the brilliant designer Marcello Gandini had a different idea. Why not use traditional race car practice and put the engine in the middle of the car? Now, that was quite interesting because all of the Lamborghini employees wanted to go racing. Ferruccio was having none of it. He was not a racing guy. He was building cars for the wealthy businessman, for the sportsman, someone to enjoy on the streets and mountain roads. That's what he was interested in. So, they built the Miura, and it was the first production GT car with a mid-engine for the street. It set a trend that continues to this day. To look at this car right now, it's a contemporary design. It is almost impossible to imagine what the effect this car had when it was released in the late 1960s. It's so incredibly low, barely comes up to my waist, and the lines are just like a molten flow of metal from the front end all the way up through the roof to the rear end. Those very interesting slats over the rear engine compartment to help cool the engine also give it a very distinct look that's seen on a lot of boy racers. People sort of buy them from accessory shops, but this is where it started. And the Miura was a very, very, very high performance car as well. People took it out onto the track. It never raced officially, but people took it out on the track and had a grand time with it. This is the kind of car that you could speed across Europe in and have breakfast in Milan and dinner in Paris, and with great style. The Miura is a car that established what Lamborghini was all about, and it continues to this day in the latest models. Now, across the decades, we have the 2013 Lamborghini Aventador, the successor to the Murcielago, as the top-end Lamborghini sports car, and very much the spiritual heir of the Miura. It still has the same mid-engine architecture and the same dramatic looks, whereas in the 1960s, drama was found in flowing shapes. Here, in the Aventador, drama is found in angles. This car looks like a stealth fighter on the ground. It's absolutely astonishing the way the lines just curve into each other, and all the angles, no matter what color you find in an Aventador, you look to see the way the light passes across it, the same way you do it as a Miura, but in a totally different way. Another example of the passage of time from the soft, sensuous angle of the Miura to the sharp ones of this Aventador is performance. The 4-liter V12 of the Miura put out a very respectable 370 horsepower, propelling the car 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds. Not bad for the time. In this Aventador, however, its 6.5-liter V12 engine puts out 691 horsepower and launches this car from 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. But regardless of the performance differential, Both these cars have that spirit that Ferruccio Lamborghini wanted to bring to his cars. Something with a bit of spark, something very special. Not just another GT car, something that immediately made you turn your head. That happened with the Miura, it still happens today with the Aventador. Lamborghini's vision lives on.
What company built and used the first flat engine, and in what year? And what company has built the most flat four-cylinder engines? Finally, which American company first built and sold a car with a flat engine? Was it A. Ford, B. Chrysler, C. GM, or D. Nash? Hey, it's Donald Osborne again. If you like these videos, let your friends know. Subscribe, comment, share.